Distillation process. Distillation process. Distillation process is a process by which we can separate saturated, unsaturated or homogeneous mixture or solution. We can separate the constituents of homogeneous mixture or solution with the help of distillation process. This process requires a distillation apparatus, stand and delivery tube, flask, etc. etc. With the help of a diagram, I am trying to show the distillation process and settings. First of all, a pitcher or a beaker like that. Pitcher or a beaker, and take one whole cork, a cork, airtight cork that contain only one hole, and a tube that enter into the hole of the cork, and a tube. This tube is generally known as delivery tube because it's transferred from pitcher to the another way or another part of the distillation process. It transfers gaseous substance and liquid substance with the help of this tube. It's a glass tube, narrow glass tube, or you can say the delivery tube. A delivery tube or glass tube, and this distillation apparatus connected or pitcher connected with a tripod stand. You can connect with a tripod stand, a tripod stand, three stand containing a table. At the surface of the table it contains wire net. For this reason, pitcher can easily set on the top of the table. Wire net. And for heating the solution contained inside the pitcher. For heating this solution, for vaporizing, heat is necessary. You can produce it with the help of a lamp, with the help of a spirit lamp. Can give heat with the help of a spirit lamp, a lamp that contains a liquid substance named spirit. And this lamp you can control specific temperature, 100 degree, 200 degree, 50 degree, whatever. You can control with the help of this lamp. This lamp is generally known as spirit lamp. With the help of this spirit lamp, we can give heat to the pitcher. And a flask, one whole flask set, one whole flask set, or a beaker set in the other side of the part, other side of the distillation process. This beaker will receives necessary liquid substance or gaseous substance also. Now, if you start heating this process, then water or the solution start boiling, and boil water or water vapor start moving towards the other outlet part of the tube or delivery tube. Now this gaseous substance converted into liquid substance by removal of heat. We can convert gaseous substance, we can transfer or convert gaseous substance into liquid substance by removal of heat or by cooling. We can cool this gaseous substance or water vapor with the help of a apparatus named condenser. With the help of this condenser, we can condense the gaseous substance into liquid. This process, also known as condensation process, you can connect a tube that contain cold water tube. In this way, cold water enter into the condenser, and condenser remove heat from the gaseous substance that contain inside the delivery tube. And after cooling, after removal of heat, these water particles remove with the help of another tap to outer part of the apparatus. In this way, cold water act as a condensation with the help of condenser. This machine is known as condenser. In this way, gaseous substance finally converted into a drop of water. There is no liquid gaseous substance, and drop of water finally drop into the beaker. And this beaker start storing the water. This water is distilled water. This water is known as distilled water. And some substances are stored or settle at the bottom, do not evaporate with the help of application of heat. This settled substance is generally known as solute substance, and the substance that transfer to the another beaker is known as liquid substance or solvent substance. Now I am trying to level all the parts of this experiment. This experiment is generally known as distillation process, or you can say it evaporation process or condensation process, whatever you want. I just write the name of the figure is distillation process. Distillation process. Now I am trying to level the different parts of the experiment. Distillation apparatus mainly contain a receiving flask that is in the left side of the apparatus. Receiving flask for the experiment. A condenser is connected with which is a narrow glass tube. This tube is generally known as narrow glass tube or delivery tube, and this apparatus is generally known as condenser. Condenser or heat removal instrument. And flow of cold water on all sides of the tube. There is an inlet tube and an outlet tube. Generally, narrow glass tube is generally known as outlet tube or delivery tube. Another spherical flask, or you can say it a beaker or a flask. It's a flask that contain distilled water. This water is generally known as distilled water. Distilled water. And one of them is spirit lamp that produce heat. Spirit lamp or lamp, you can spirit lamp or lamp. With the help of this spirit lamp, you can give definite amount of heat that is necessary for vaporization. And first of all, it will be the solution or saturated or unsaturated or homogeneous mixture or solution, and the solute substance at the bottom. Solute substance at the bottom. Distilled water, also known as pure water, because it produces distillation process is distilled water. By it produces the vaporization process. For this reason, this water also known as pure water. And another flask or pitcher, whatever you want. Flask and a cork and tripod, etc., etc. These are the part interrelated with these activities. Now I am trying to explain this experiment with the help of some of the characteristics, and all the characteristics or all the experiments mainly support 5 specific steps. One of them is task or name of the experiment. Second one is, first of all, one of them is name of the experiment or task, T-A-S-K, task. And second thing, requirements. Requirements or necessary apparatus, necessary particles, and then you have to give this diagram, main location of the figure, and then experiment or procedure. Procedure. Procedure or experiment, and then observation. Observation and result. Dissemination of result. In this way, you can arrange an experiment. First of all, task preparation, process of separation, process of homogeneous mixture, separation process of saturated, unsaturated solution, etc. or distillation process to produce pure water from saline water. As for example, solution is a saline water. Saline water. To produce pure water from the saline water, it will be the name of the experiment. And then process required, the name of the apparatus, lamp, spirit lamp, solutes or solution, saline solution, flask, one hole cork, outlet tube or narrow glass tube, delivery tube or condenser, flask, etc. etc. Tripod, wire net, etc. These are the requirements or necessary apparatus. And then figure or diagram. Then what will be the procedure? Procedure, first of all, there is a receiving flask or the flask that contains solutions, saline solutions in the left side of the apparatus to keep it saline water required for experiment. And the second thing is condenser. Condenser is connected with, it in which narrow glass tube. It's connected with the narrow glass tube or delivery tube or outlet tube, whatever you want you can say. It's connected with which a narrow glass tube is placed inside. To flow cold water on all sides of the tube, there is an inlet tube. You can inlet tube. This is known as inlet tube. Inlet tube. Outlet tube. With the help of inlet tube in cold water and with the help of outlet tube out, after condensation it out as comparatively heater water. Again, on the right side there is another spherical flask or round flask or beaker, whatever you want, to collect the pure water or store the pure water or distill water or pure water that produced from the vaporization process or distillation process. Receiving flask. Moreover, to apply heat on the water, there is an electrical heater, or you can heat with the help of a spirit lamp. There is a glass made adapter on the left side of the flask to set a thermometer if it is necessary to determine the temperature. If it is necessary to determine temperature, you can set a temperature, or with the help of a spirit lamp you can produce necessary heat. Also, to hold both the flask and the condenser in correct position, there are a stand is necessary for the flask, cork or delivery tube. You can set two stand, at one of them is the left side, another one is the right side, and clamp that grabs the tubes or flask. Now let us see how the distillation process transfer from one place to another. Now we observe that with the help of observation we can observe that gaseous substance transfer to the outer part of the delivery tube or narrow glass tube. For condensation process, it converted into water and water droplets and stored in the distillation flask or distilled water flask. Now result, with the help of this experiment we can easily separate solute and solvent from the saline water. We can separate the salt. This solute will be the salt, and another distilled water will be the water or solvent. Or in this process we can separate easily a solution, separate into solute and solvent.